I hope you all been well. We wanted to come back with a new recipe today. We're going to be diving into one of our favorite Italian dishes mixed with a little bit of a Southern Cajun flair. So we're going to be doing a Cajun chicken pasta today. This sauce is going to be made from scratch. We have all our ingredients laid out here. And then yeah, let's get started. Alright, so rule number one, always wash your chicken. Alright, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Wash your chicken. Make sure all that kind of stuff is off of it. But let's get into the seasoning. So now we got the oregano that we're blessing the chicken with. As you can see, we got some chopped garlic and some onions on the right side as well too. And now I'm going in with some paprika. Well, not a little bit, but a lot, because we want to make this chicken red, right? The pasta is so white with the Alfredo sauce that you want to make sure that has a really nice color coming from the chicken to really ooze onto the pasta. Next up, we got the garlic. I always say it. Garlic powder essential, chopped garlic essential. I don't think I make a meal without these things. At this point, you should know my starting five. As you can see, my black pepper is a little bit skimp, but I was just finishing up this bottle. We got another one. I just needed a little bit of this one right here because we're about to hit it with a whole lot of pepper right now, a little bit. I'm gonna go right in with the cayenne pepper, right? So this is going to help with the color as well too, but it's also going to help with this packing flavor and also that packing spice, right? You want to make sure that the Cajun chicken has that punch. We're going in with the Cajun seasoning right now. This is one of my favorite seasonings. If not, it's up there with jerk seasoning as well. And I'm just blessing it with some of that, getting some of that dust over it. This is a little bit salty, so you don't want to overpower it too much or use too much of it. And now we're just going to mix it up. I got the gloves on for the safety, just to keep my hands clean and whatnot with the red coloring. And I'm just getting in there, making sure that the chicken is good and the seasoning is also balanced. I'm giving it a little bit more of the Cajun on the top just so it could sit, because a lot of times when you use the Cajun and you blend it together with whatever you're using, it tends to kind of get lost in there a little bit. So I just wanted to add a little bit more. At this point, turn on the fire, putting some oil in the pan. I'm getting ready to go to work, right? So once this all starts going, we got the chopped garlic and the onions. We're gonna bless to the pan. And the good thing about this is, as I said, this is always essential for every meal. Oh, that one onion didn't want to even stay in the pan. That joint jumped. But it brings out so much flavor, but the smell is also incredible for your home, right? So you want to make sure that your neighbors smell what you're cooking, like The Rock would say. And then at this point, we're going in with the penne vodka, right? So we got the boiling pot of water. Oh, them waves look good. But anyways, getting back to it, we got the chopped garlic and onions getting some color as well too, browning at this point. We just want to continue mixing that up, and now we're going to be adding the chicken. As soon as that chicken hit the pot, you hear that you know what time it is, right? So want to make sure you have this on like a relatively kind of high fire. I have it on 4 out of the 6, 6 being the highest. And I'm just gonna move them around at this point so that every one of them is touching the pan, is being cooked on one side. Next up, we're gonna be flipping them, right? So one side is already cooked a little bit, got some color and whatnot. We flip them through, and now as you can see, a lot of juice is springing from the chicken, right? We're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of wine just to complete that taste a little bit more, and I'm gonna balance it out with a little bit more water as well too. Going back into it, intermission, you just want to clean a couple of utensils, couple of dishes and whatnot while you got the time, right? So this is what I'm doing, staying busy even when I'm not busy. Now we're getting to it. First time I'm actually making the sauce by myself. Samantha wanted to be behind the camera, so I got to do everything, right? But she taught me well. So I'm putting the butter in. We're making our homemade Alfredo sauce, melting this butter a little bit, and I'm just moving around there just so it can get some of that heat. I love how she keeps panning on my waves. They look decent. But let's get it. So as you can see, we got the heavy cream, we got the Parmesan, we got the milk, we got the garlic, we got a little bit more seasoning there for the sauce as well too, right? So I'm just giving it some time, melting that butter. And as you can see, the pasta is boiling, the chicken is cooking, everything is going at this point, and we get into it. Samantha helping me out at this point because I only got 2 hands. It's 3 things on the stove. I needed help. Now I'm blessing it with the regular milk. And as you can see, the butter has already melted, and we're just combining that. We're gonna move forward here now, and that chicken is looking so good in the back. As she said, continue to stir while it's warming up. You don't want the liquid to stick at all with the milk and the butter, especially being that you got to add a couple more things in there. And as you can see, I'm whipping both wrists right now. I'm flipping the chicken and I'm flipping the sauce. Adding some water as well too with the chicken because I needed to cook a little bit longer, about 30 minutes. And I'm blessing the water with a little bit of Cajun seasoning. At this point, I'm draining the water from the pasta. Got to make sure everything's good. The pasta is cooked and it's ready to go. So the liquid for the Alfredo sauce now, we got to make sure it simmers. I'm mixing it around. Now I'm adding the Parmesan, but oh damn! Listen, the stove was so clean, and I just went on and messed it up, right? But it's all good. We cooking. It's gonna get a little bit dirty at times. So once again, I'm mixing it up, making sure it simmers. Samantha is helping me at this point with the heavy cream, blessing it right now. The chicken is bubbling on the right side. The pasta is chilling, just waiting for the sauce and the chicken to come. And at this point, I'm adding some black pepper. The one thing I should have done differently, I should have removed the spoon because I noticed that a lot of the seasoning got on the spoon itself too, as you can see here when I'm adding the garlic. And while I was mixing it around, the pot is so short that some of that garlic seasoning didn't get in there, but it's all good. Either way, it tasted good. And at this point, we're mixing it all up. As I said before, make sure it simmers, right? So blessing it with some paprika at this point. As I said too, we want to make sure we get that red color. So I was adding a lot of this. Samantha was telling me slow down a little bit, but it's not really going to do much to the taste. It's not going to kill it or anything like that. So just adding a little bit more. This point we chilling, working that wrist. Chicken looking so good in the back. I got to show you guys what brand paprika I'm using. And I'm going to add a little bit of the Cajun to the Alfredo sauce as well too. Make sure that flavor transfers over not only from the chicken but the sauce. Mixing it up. And at this point, Samantha just wanted to get up close and personal with the Alfredo sauce. This is a little bit creepy, but it's Halloween. So yeah. Now we're adding some parsley flakes. And we barely use this, so it took forever to get a few of those flakes out of there, right? But now we dripping that sauce. Drip, dripping that sauce. You know what I mean? Getting that sauce all on that pasta. Making sure that we get every last ounce of that pasta out, or the sauce out. And now we're just mixing it up, getting it ready for the chicken. At this point, it's all good, baby. Look at that chicken. Red, orange, a beautiful color for Cajun chicken, and a beautiful color for the Alfredo sauce. So I'm just dropping all those pieces in there one by one, making sure that they get the same amount of love. And at this point, we're just gonna move it around. You know, be gentle with the chicken. You don't want it to break up. You don't want the pasta to break up. But as you can see, it's meshing well. And you can see it's grabbing some of that color. Samantha wanted to remix the joint right now with the slow motion. And clearly, I'm already eating from the chicken. But you know how we do, right? Now it's time to taste the food. So the pasta is hitting. As you can see, I'm enjoying it. And then we're going to go in and get a piece of chicken as well too. But it came out magical. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and checking out this video. I hope you try it. And I hope you let me know how it goes for you.